Hey, welcome into my school community, and I'm super excited that you joined. Thank you so much for being here. Look, I created this Start Here series because I got a lot of people coming into this group who are just really new and needed some direction, or some people who've maybe gotten into a program and didn't have any luck. So the very first thing I want you to do is I want you to watch these intro videos because I'm going to help give you an overview and idea of apartment investing and really going to start moving you in a forward direction. So start watching these. There's a few videos. They're 10, 15 minutes each. Watch through those. After you've watched those, then go ahead and watch the rest of the videos. And for any of you that are ready for your strategy session, go ahead and book a call. You'll see that in the links with the videos. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. And also make sure you're active in the community, because that's the best way for you to achieve your goals, is by being active and taking action. So I'm super excited to have you here in the group, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. In this first lesson, I'm going to talk to you about why apartment investing really is the ultimate path to financial freedom. And in this course, I'm going to show you how apartment investing helped me achieve financial freedom and how it can help you do the same as well. So I get asked a lot. I get to chat with a lot of people about multifamily, people who've never been in it before, people who have done some of it, and maybe some other single family experience. But, I get asked this question a lot. What's the fastest way for me to get into a multifamily deal? And so what I'm going to cover over the next 5 lessons is exactly that. I'm going to lay out everything that's involved in the process, the people on your team, why single family or why multifamily outperforms single family, and a whole lot of other topics to really help you get started and jump into this. And if you're watching, then the chances are you probably know where you want to be. You just need help learning how to get there. So you probably are someone who's never done any type of real estate investing, and you want to know, you're thinking, can I skip over single family and get into multifamily? Or maybe you've gotten into a multifamily program, but you've had very limited success. You didn't feel you really had the help that you needed and the support and the guidance. Or maybe you've also got into one of those multifamily programs and you've had very limited success. You got into a deal or two, but you're stuck. You don't know how to scale out of that. So this course is going to help cover a lot of those things for you. And what happens is, most of the time, if you're watching this, you're probably over here on the left-hand side, the current state, how things are. And so let's cover some of these questions. And what my goal is to help answer the questions on the left and give you the clarity on the right, so you know how to get where you want to be. So the first one is, will multifamily investing help me achieve my financial goals? And by the end of this, you'll understand exactly if multifamily investing can help you achieve your financial goals. And my hope is that you actually will say, I know multifamily investing will help me achieve my financial goals. Another question I get is multifamily investing better than single family investing? And I'm here to tell you that it's way easier. Multifamily investing absolutely crushes single family investing, and I'm sure by the end of this you'll feel the same way. The next thing I get is, how quickly can I grow my wealth? What do the returns look like? Well, I'm going to cover that, and you're going to know exactly how quickly you can grow your wealth with multifamily investing. And then, it's very big. There's a lot you probably don't know. And even people who have been in it for a while are pulled in a lot of different directions. So I get asked this, what do I need to focus on? And by the end of this, you're going to have that clarity. I know what I should be focusing on. And then how do I even get started? And once again, this mini course right here is designed to help you understand exactly how to get started. So watch all of these training modules, get all the way through the end, and you'll have a really nice roadmap to help you accomplish your goals with apartment investing. So really quick, if you don't know me, the first time seeing me, my name is Stephen Lee Thomas. I'm excited to see you. And I am a multifamily investor. I am a business coach. I am an entrepreneur, and I am a podcast host. And I'm here to tell you that it wasn't always like that. I've been fired from a job. I've been laid off from a job. And I had to work really hard. I've had to figure a lot of these things out on my own. And I've even joined some of these multifamily mentoring programs, and I found there were really big gaps in there. So I set out to close those gaps and learn a lot of those things so I could really build the business that I wanted to for myself and my family. But with some of those failures came a lot of success. I've been able to invest in over 1,800 apartment units across multiple properties, and the value of those properties is probably over $100 million of real estate just in apartment complexes. And I'm, as of the time of this recording, I am beginning my 8th year. So I've been doing this for a while. I've done passive investing and a general partner. So I've seen all of this. I've seen the ups and downs. I've had some investments that did great and others that didn't do great. So I've really seen a lot. I've got a lot of experience, and that's what I'm bringing to the table, and I'm going to share that with you. Also, really quick, just so you can see the types of properties that we invest in, here's a portfolio as principals with myself and others. So you can see here, these are large properties. They are not small. They're not duplexes. They're not fourplexes. Absolutely, you can be successful with, maybe some 20, 30, 40, 50, or even 60 unit properties. But I've been doing just nothing but large properties here. And also you can see, we've been able to cycle these investments anywhere from 18 months, 4 years, maybe upwards of 5 years. We've got pretty good returns on these as well, so we understand what we're doing. Okay, well, let's do a quick overview of this particular lesson. And what I want to show you is how you can, if you really put your mind and your focus to this, how could you actually retire in 5 years or less through apartment investing? I'm going to lay that out for you. What would that look like for you to be able to accomplish that? I think it'd be a pretty amazing goal for you to be able to do that. I'm going to show you the proven steps for achieving this financial independence. And I'm going to talk about how by doing apartment investing, you're actually transforming communities while you're building wealth, which is a pretty awesome thing. So rather than just accumulating wealth, you're improving the lives of others while you're also doing apartment investing. So let's jump right into this. Why do I love apartment investing? It's because unlike single family homes, apartments are valued based on their net operating income and not market comps. And I had an experience with this where we had spent a lot of money to fix up a house. I went to sell it, and my real estate agent said, "Hey, you did a great job in your house, but you've over improved it." And what I learned is that regardless of what you do to a single family home, you're really restricted by the comps. What are the comps selling for? Whereas with an apartment, you're actually buying and selling businesses. So that's, your first mindset shift is yes, it's housing, but you're really buying and selling businesses, and businesses are valued based on their net operating income. So it's just a whole game changer. And when you learn to go in and force appreciation and force value, then you can really drive up, right? You buy something at X and you sell it at Y. Buy an apartment complex for 20 million and sell it at 30 million. That's a big deal. You can't do that with single family homes. The other thing that happens with apartment investing is you learn that you have a lot of control over the property value through management and optimization. So you bring in third-party management, and they actually do a lot of the work. You learn to focus on what we call KPIs, or key performance indicators, and that is basically what are the things you should focus on to improve your income and decrease or optimize your expenses. And you're doing a lot of that through property management. And the key methods we do that is through driving up rents, increasing occupancy, and like I said, optimizing expenses. The next thing, the next concept that you need to understand or learn about for multifamily investing, which is very different than single family homes, is this power of syndication. And syndication is really just a fancy term for using other people's money to buy buildings bigger than you can buy on your own. And the way we do this is we get investors to come along with us, and I'm sure that you can find investors. It's just you have to be taught how to find investors for these deals. And what that does is when you can raise money to do that, you now have leverage, and you're using other people's money, other people's time, and other people's experience to really fast track your way into these, multifamily properties. And once you get into these larger properties, it allows you to bring on professional property management. So it takes you out of this day-to-day operational role of doing single family or even small, duplex, fourplex, and you hand that over to property management company, and the property management company is factored into the expenses. So you're still able to make these returns when you're leveraging a property management company. I spoke to someone the other day who says, hey, I'm doing really good with these duplexes and fourplexes, but I'm just spending so much time taking all these phone calls. And the way to get out of that is buy larger properties where you have professional property management on site. So you couple that in with the ability to raise money, and you actually can go faster, quicker, because you're having to spend less time. If you're a person who's been doing a lot of single family fix and flips, and you're very involved, we'll take a step back and allow, raise capital and allow a professional management company to come in and handle that for you. The next thing here, I was just, talking about this, is the economies of scale. And the reality of it is, the more units you manage under one roof, the more efficient and cost effective the operation is for you. So your biggest limiting factor here truly is your ability to raise capital, or your partner's ability to raise capital. But I think you can start to see that if you can get 50 units, at one property, or 60 units at one property, or 150 units at one property, now you're leveraging all of those units at one place. You have one property management company, and for example, something breaks, well, all the units are very similar, and you don't have 30, 40 different versions of something, as opposed if you had single family homes and you had a lot of them. It would just drive you crazy, just the asset management part of it. So larger properties are easier and cheaper to manage than the smaller properties. And like I said, the larger you go, the more cost efficient it is. Now I say that I don't want you to get the idea that you need to go run out and buy a 200 unit property in your first deal. There are challenges there, mostly capital related. So smaller units are finding, like I said, the 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60 units are great, just big enough that you can have professional property management company come in. So next I want to talk to you about the financing benefits. One of the things I really, really, really love about these apartment complexes is the type of loans you can get. And you actually can get non-recourse financing, but basically what that means is no personal liability, which is different than the single family loans. So you have that, and these loans, the banks structure these loans all the time. It's commercial real estate, and they want to do these loans, and you'll find the interest rates are typically actually a little bit lower than single family homes on these commercial properties, which is also very appealing. And we have had historically low rates, and it creates really attractive returns. And I know if you've been paying attention to rates, there's multiple indexes here. I'm not going to get into a lot of details, but some of the rates have gone up and down, and I am hearing people complain that as of the time of this recording, oh, rates are so high. But really, if you look back over 20, 30, 40 years, rates are fantastic. Don't let where interest rates are at right now stop you from moving forward into getting into multifamily investing. And the reason for that is, people say, oh, interest rates are too high, and you're always trying to time the market. Well, the time is always now to do that. You just have to learn to underwrite to account for the interest rates. Sometimes interest rates will cause less deals or more deals to be in the market, but interest rates still are very attractive right now. And like I said, the deal structures, it's very unique to multifamily properties because housing is such an important part of our economy, and it's just part of who we are as the United States, really. And it's housing. There's a housing shortage, so there's a lot of push and incentives to provide this housing because the reality of it is the government can't do it. So they need people like us to come in and find these communities and put money back into them, breathe life back into them, and keep safe housing for people. And the next thing I want to talk about is leverage and teamwork. This is another thing I really love about this is you're not doing this all alone anymore. You learn to leverage other people's time and other people's money. And so, for example, I will leverage brokers. There are brokers who will go find deals for me and then bring them back. I tell them exactly what I'm looking for and they bring them back to me. Now, I work with property management companies. They know exactly what I'm looking for. They might even bring me deals, but I'm also leveraging their time. I'm leveraging their processes, their operations, their staff. I'm not having to go hire that staff. They are doing that. I'm paying them a salary to manage all that operation for me. And I get to work with financing experts. Think of the loans. I work with mortgage brokers who go out and find me the best loans. Also, it's a very team-based it's a team sport, really. Multifamily investing. It's something that you typically don't do alone. There are people who will say they do it alone, but you don't. They don't. They have partners. They have brokers they work with. They have property managers they work with. They have lenders that they work with. They have insurance brokers they work with. So even if they say they do it alone, they don't. They are very much relying on other people in their network. And your partners, I can't emphasize this enough. Your partners are very, very valuable in this, and you need to find the right partners. We'll talk about that in a later training, but your partners, you're leveraging their experience. So you don't have to know everything. You just need to know your part, and then you find the right partners to help you achieve your goals. And what I love about this also is you get, high returns and you're creating a very large impact. So what's great about multifamily investing and this particular business when you buy it is you get cash on cash returns, or that's cash flow. So every month people show up and they pay rent, you pay your bills, and what's left with is cash, and you get to send it out as distribution. So these types of investments, unlike the stock market, for example, they provide cash flow on a regular basis. And then when you sell the property, you have the capital gains. And that's when you buy the property, like I said, maybe you buy it for 20 million, you make these improvements and you sell it for 30 million. So the whole time you've owned the property, you're getting cash into your account. And then when you sell it, you get a very large chunk of cash. And the deals you're looking for is where if you can underwrite a deal and it can give you an 80 to 100% return on investment for your passive investors within 5 years or less, that is a good deal. Sign me up for that deal all day long. Those are the types of deals that you're looking for here. And you can underwrite those. You can find those deals, and that's how you really are going to learn to accelerate your wealth and that's just for the passive investors. I'm going to show you in a subsequent module how if you're what's called a general partner, or if you're actually one of the owners as opposed to a passive investor, how you can even make more money as you get into apartment investing. And then lastly, like I mentioned, it's really this ability to transform communities and just improve the quality for the residents and the safety. And I've seen this happen multiple times where you go into a property and it needs some love. It needs some life put back into it. And you do that. We bring in hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars that we put into these properties to improve them. It improves morale. It improves safety. I mean, think about it. People are raising their families in these apartment complexes. And if you can do something to improve where these people are living, it's a pretty great feeling to be able to do that and also generate wealth for yourself. So, and that's where it turns into a feel-good business, because you turn these underperforming properties into just these new communities. And I've seen it happen multiple times. Like I mentioned, improve the quality of life for the residents, and you get to build wealth with purpose and impact. So that's the end of the first module. And so just to recap really quick. So apartment investing is absolutely a proven path to financial freedom. I'm going to show you some of those returns in a subsequent video. You have more control, you have scalability, and you have the ability to make an impact, much more so than single family homes. And I'll share with you, I got into a single family home fix and flip nightmare, chasing down contractors, getting people to show up. I was living in a house with, I had a 3-year-old and my wife was pregnant. I had boxes stacked everywhere of construction, a kitchen that wasn't finished. It was horrible. It was a nightmare. I just didn't want to deal with it, and I don't want to deal with it. So I just had, this one experience where I tried to do a single family home. We sold that house, and then I jumped right into multifamily. I just left the whole thing behind, single family, and it's been way, way, way better for me. And so in the next video, I'm going to really dive down into why multifamily investing just crushes the single family rentals. So thanks for sticking around for this, and I'll see you in the next video.